The jungles of Thailand live by their own rules. Here, the survival of one often means the end for another. That's the way of nature. But when it comes to our pets, this kind of reality is absolutely unacceptable. When Lin and Jai inherited an old family farm on the outskirts of Kanchanaburi province, they quickly realized that their aging dog could no longer protect the large property bordering the wild tropical forest. This is why they decided to get a German Shepherd. They named the puppy Tiger, and he grew up surrounded by love and care from his owners. A particularly strong bond developed between him and Jai. Tiger followed him everywhere like a shadow. The dog was affectionate, but his behavior sometimes made Lin uneasy, especially when he would freeze staring into the jungle, then growl deeply as if seeing something invisible to the human eye. Soon after the puppy arrived, their old dog passed away peacefully of old age. Now when Tiger left with Jai, Lin was left completely alone. For a city girl, this was a real challenge. Nights in the Thai jungle are unique. Pitch black without a single streetlight, eerie monkey cries, and the rustle of unseen creatures in the underbrush. For some, this might seem like an adventure, but not when you're alone in an old house in the middle of nowhere. Whenever Jai had to stay overnight at the farthest parts of the farm, Lin couldn't shake her fear. Understanding this, her husband came up with a solution. One day he returned home and asked Lin to grab something from the pickup truck. On the passenger seat, a surprise awaited her. A small German Shepherd puppy, wagging its tail and eagerly licking her face. They named the puppy Malai, and she instantly charmed not only Lin, but also Tiger. The two dogs became inseparable friends. But one day, everything changed in the most tragic way. By the time Malai was 3, life on the farm had settled into a steady rhythm. Days were calm and predictable. Tiger continued to accompany Jai on his rounds, while Malai became Lin's loyal companion. On that fateful day, Jai returned from his work and asked where Tiger was. Lin hadn't seen him all day, assuming he had gone with her husband. At that moment, panic set in. All day, Malai had been unusually restless, barking constantly and trying to run somewhere, so Lin had been forced to lock her inside the house. Now the couple realized the dog must have sensed something. The last time anyone had seen Tiger was early that morning, when he had gone out first. He always woke earlier than Malai, who liked to sleep in. It seemed that her staying behind that morning might have been a critical mistake. Taking Malai on a leash, the farmers hoped the dog would lead them to Tiger. The dog pulled forward, barking fiercely, and led them down a dirt path behind the house. What they saw there froze them in fear. A massive python's trail wound across the ground, but that wasn't what caught their attention. Scattered nearby were tufts of black and brown fur, some stained with blood. Malai whimpered softly, and the couple knew. She understood too. They would never see Tiger again. In the darkness, there was nothing they could do, so they returned home with heavy hearts. Jai was beside himself with rage. At dawn, he set out to hunt the python. Even though it was too late to save Tiger, they couldn't let such a large snake live so close to their home. With a chicken coop in their backyard, they knew how vulnerable it was. But despite the fact that the python should have been sluggish after such a large meal, they couldn't find it. The trail disappeared into tall grass, as if the snake had been carried away into the air. The farmers searched for several days, but the python seemed to have vanished into the jungle. Months passed. The rainy season arrived, and the python likely found a cozy spot to hibernate. Back at home, Lin and Jai couldn't shake their guilt. Even Malai seemed down. She slept a lot and gained weight from reduced activity. At least that's what they thought until Lin realized something surprising. Malai was pregnant with Tiger's puppies. It felt like a small miracle, as though a part of their beloved dog would return to them. The couple carefully looked after Malai, keeping her close to home. Losing her or the puppies would be unbearable. They had planned everything. Malai was to be taken to the vet a day or two before giving birth. But puppies, like children, don't follow schedules. One evening, returning from dinner, they found Malai in her bed with 2 tiny puppies beside her. As they marveled at the scene, Malai began to fidget again, and soon a 3rd puppy was born. However, this one showed no signs of life. Jai took the pup in his hands, gently rubbing it, pressing it to his chest and blowing into its nose. Suddenly, the puppy started breathing. When he was returned to his mother, Everyone noticed how much he resembled Tiger as a puppy. It was both joyful and bittersweet. For months, life was peaceful. The puppies brought so much joy that the pain of losing Tiger slowly faded. But this idyllic life couldn't last forever. The danger was much closer than anyone realized. By the start of the dry season, the puppies were old enough to play in the yard. The house had a sturdy fence to keep the dogs from wandering into the jungle. But that day, it didn't matter. While Malai was watching over the puppies playing, something caught her attention, a sound or scent. Before she could react, the puppies were dangerously close to a massive python. Malai threw herself between them, trying to protect her puppies, but they were too young and curious to understand the danger. Each time one of them got too close to the snake, Malai blocked their path, but it was hard to keep track of all three. Focused on the puppies, she didn't see the python preparing to strike. If Malai had been watching the snake, she might have dodged. But given that this was likely the same python that had killed Tiger, who knows how it would have ended? Before she could react, the snake coiled around her, squeezing tightly. Lynn was inside the house when she heard Malai barking. She was about to check what was happening when the barking stopped. Assuming all was well, she didn't realize the dog had fallen silent because she could no longer breathe. Jai, working in his shed, saw nothing. If either of them had looked at the security cameras, they would have immediately seen the danger Malai was in. The dog was completely in the python's grip, unable to bark and barely able to breathe. Was this the end? Would the snake make orphans of the three puppies? The python squeezed tighter, and then something incredible happened. Just when hope seemed lost, all three puppies began barking furiously. They even tried to bite the snake, though their bites were no more than pinpricks. Their barking only enraged the python, which bit down on Malai to secure its grip and squeezed harder. The puppies couldn't help their mother, but their frantic barking caught Lynn's attention. She had never heard them bark like that. The absence of Malai's barking now scared her even more. What she saw in the yard froze her with horror. Her beloved Malai was trapped in the coils of one of the largest pythons she had ever seen. The three puppies were darting around watching as the snake squeezed their mother. Wasting no time, Lynn secured the puppies in a nearby cage. It was critical to keep them safe. She screamed for Jai to grab vinegar and come quickly. Hearing Lynn's terrified scream, Jai instantly knew something terrible had happened. He guessed it was the same python that had killed Tiger. The couple was determined not to lose another dog. Splashing vinegar on the python's head, they knew it might sting Malai's wounds. But saving her life was their priority. The snake loosened its grip, trying to rid itself of the unpleasant sensation. This gave Jai and Lynn the chance to slip their hands between the snake and Malai. Starting at the tail, the python's weakest point, they carefully unwrapped its coils. At the same time, they kept the snake's head away from Malai to prevent another bite. Soon, Malai was free. Though they didn't know the extent of her internal injuries, she began breathing deeply and whining. She was alive. While Jai restrained the snake, Lynn fetched a large container. They could have taken revenge on the creature that had already taken one dog from them and almost killed another. But they were people who tried to live in harmony with nature. They understood that the python was just a wild animal trying to survive. Killing it out of vengeance wasn't the answer. However, leaving it near their home wasn't an option either. It could return again and again for easy prey. After poking holes in the container lid, they decided to deal with the snake later. For now, getting Malai to the vet was urgent. They secured the puppies in the house and raced to the clinic. Malai was conscious and responsive, but clearly in pain. The python could have broken her bones or caused internal injuries. They also needed to ensure the bite wouldn't get infected. Even though pythons aren't venomous, any wound can become inflamed. X-rays revealed several broken ribs, but overall, Malai was incredibly lucky. If not for the puppies trying to protect her and alerting the humans, things could have ended very differently. For days, they had to make sure the puppies didn't jump on their mother or disturb her injuries. They carefully treated her bite wound and gave her the prescribed medication. To their great relief, Malai recovered quickly. Now the whole family was safe. Lynn and Jai decided to keep all three puppies. They had enough space on the farm for 4 dogs. The male puppy Jai had revived at birth grew up to be the spitting image of his father, not only in appearance, but also in character. He built the same strong bond with Jai that Tiger had once had. Their big family was now inseparable. As for the python, It wasn't killed, but taken to a nature reserve where it could live freely without posing a threat to the farm or other households. This was the best solution for everyone. After all, these jungles had enough space for both humans and animals, as long as everyone knew their boundaries. Every evening, as the sun sets behind the edge of the tropical forest and the first stars appear in Thailand's dark sky, Lin and Jai smile as they watch their four-legged family play in the yard. Malai, still vigilant and caring, keeps an eye on her now-grown children, who have inherited the best qualities of both their parents and guard the farm faithfully. Though the pain of losing Tiger will never fully disappear, his spirit lives on in his puppies, and his story has become a legend. It's a tale the locals tell on long evenings about love, loyalty, and the importance of always protecting those you care about.